90 Day Fiancé stars reunion after leaving country for new adventure will melt your heart. A 90 Day Fiancé star had a heartwarming reunion with his family after being separated from them for a period of time. Anyone who appears on 90 Day Fiancé is likely familiar with long periods of separation from family and friends, as paperwork to process changes in citizenship can often be delayed, as well as other factors that contribute to separations. 90 Day Fiancé Season 5 star David Toborowsky recently left Thailand to head back to the United States to deal with various matters. Before that, David had been traveling to places like the Philippines, trying to obtain paperwork for his daughter. He revealed that he reunited with wife Annie Suwan and their newborn daughter, Minthyra Toborowsky. David shared a sweet snap on Instagram holding Minthyra as she gazed up at her dad. He wrote in the caption that his daughter looked at him like she wasn't sure it was really him, but he said, "It's me, my little girl, and daddy is home." David's reunion with Annie and Minthyra comes at a time when fans were concerned that David had seemingly left them in Thailand. But David had serious work to attend to, like getting his daughter's citizenship papers sorted. He visited the Philippines and then the US in short order, causing fans to question why he wasn't in Thailand with his family. Fans can rest assured that David had good reasoning for leaving them, and now that he's back in Thailand with Minthyra in his arms, he can get down to the serious business of fatherhood. It's been a bit of a rough road for David and Annie, as Minthyra battled serious health issues, but she's on the mend now. David kept fans updated on his progress while traveling, sharing photos of his adventures and posing with former 90 Day Fiancé cast member Rose Vega while visiting the Philippines. David also shared photos that Annie sent of her and Minthyra, saying how much he missed his family and loved getting updates from Annie. Ever since Minthyra was born in March 2025, David and Annie have done everything they can to be present parents to their young daughter. Between Minthyra's bout with RSV and the scramble to get all of their documents sorted, they haven't been able to relax and just enjoy their daughter. Now that David has finished his business in the US, the 90 Day Fiancé star can settle in with Annie and Minthyra in Thailand and enjoy the second chance at fatherhood he's been given. If anyone knows David, they know that he'll be documenting all of it on social media for fans to enjoy. Gino's ultimatum stuns Jasmine in brutal 90 Day Fiancé breakup twist. 90 Day Fiancé, happily ever after? Couple Jasmine Pineda and Gino Palazzolo are once again considering divorce, but the Americans' sudden rush to end their marriage has everyone wondering why the quick change of heart. Jasmine and Gino have been in the 90 Day Fiancé franchise for nearly half a decade and have contemplated breaking up almost every appearance for one reason or another. They were last seen on 90 Day, The Last Resort, agreeing to an open marriage in an effort to repair their connection. Now on 90 Day Fiancé, happily ever after? Jasmine is living apart from Gino, and he seems more prepared than ever to file for divorce. However, the bigger question that viewers and even Jasmine have is why. Jasmine thought he might be ready to date other women while he claimed his marriage had changed more than he anticipated it to. Either way, though, Gino seems to have several potential reasons for wanting this divorce, it seems. 90 Day Fiancé's Gino thinks he was tricked into an open marriage. The biggest issue Gino has comes from his belief that Jasmine tricked him into an open marriage. In Happily Ever After? Season 9, Episode 3, Gino asked Jasmine to meet him so they could talk. While Jasmine thought it was a possibility she'd move back in, Gino showed up with his car packed full of her stuff and accused her of cheating with Matt Branasterian months before he agreed to the open marriage. Jasmine denied the allegations and stuck to her story that they were friends all along. Gino, however, seemed unwilling to believe her and wanted to keep her at a distance. He claimed he sifted through her phone records and nothing would be able to convince him that she wasn't cheating on him with Matt before he agreed to open their marriage. In his confessional, he revealed, "I had a whole life planned out with Jasmine," he said. "And for things to end this way, I feel like it was a whole waste of time, and it just makes me sick." He asked for a divorce, and while at the time he hadn't followed up with Jasmine, in his confessional he also claimed he would prefer to wait for a recession when the market completely drops. He explained, "Because I don't want to share money with Jasmine for free." 90 Day Fiancé's Gino wants to pursue a relationship with Natalie. While Gino might be telling the truth about how he believed he was tricked into an open marriage, there seemed to be potentially another reason for Gino wanting a divorce: Natalie. In 90 Day, The Last Resort, Gino and Jasmine agreed to an open marriage, but only the Panamanian star had a partner in place, Matt. Gino was allowed to hook up with other women, but it seems like his journey on Happily Ever After is his first time exploring his side of the bargain. With Jasmine out of the house, Gino has been exploring his options with other women and connected with Natalie. He flew to Vegas to meet the Jasmine lookalike and they got along well. However, after meeting each other in person, Gino realized he needed to come clean about his open marriage. Unfortunately, Natalie wasn't happy that Gino lied and she made it clear she didn't want to get in the middle of things. Therefore, she declared Gino needed to tell Jasmine he'd moved on and wanted to officially get divorced. As he stated in his confessional, Gino was in an awkward situation. He wasn't sure if he was ready to end things with Jasmine officially, but the pressure from Natalie was tough to ignore. Overall, Gino's been withholding from Jasmine since almost as soon as they got married. Once Jasmine claimed she wasn't ready to have a child and wanted to slow down that part of their relationship, their dynamic seemed to change. Now with everything that has happened since then, Gino seems to have built up a lot of resentment over the last few years. It's bewildering how quickly he was ready to take the relationship to the next level with Natalie, but he spent over a year stringing Jasmine along and making her jump through hoops for intimacy. It's no wonder they are headed for divorce, but hopefully both of them will find exactly what they need and are looking for throughout the rest of their 90-day fiancé journey. 90 Day Fiancé, Happily Ever After? Season 9 Episode 2 is one long snooze. When the 90 Day Fiancé, Happily Ever After? Season 9 cast was announced, I had reservations, and after this week's episode, I feel fully justified. TLC has run this franchise into the ground by churning out endless spin-offs, and it shows. 90 Day Fiancé, Happily Ever After? Season 9 Episode 2 was a masterclass in doing absolutely nothing, no compelling storylines. Just cast members scrambling for camera time. Let's start with Darcy and Stacey. TLC was smart to cancel their spin-off. They've been manufacturing storylines for years, and now they're bringing that same energy to Happily Ever After? It's giving desperate. These are conversations couples have off camera. And Georgie's vague job talk at the party? Please don't tell me we're setting up another fake scandal. Handle that mess off screen. Also, was that party even real? It looked like a fake set filled with NPC extras fawning over the twins. 90 Day Fiancé, Happily Ever After? Season 9 has abysmal plots. No family. No fellow 90 Day Fiancé cast member. No vibes. Just empty space and filler dialogue. Honestly, I hate to say it, but the season might have benefited from some Angela to stir things up. That's how dull it's become. Then there's Loren and Alexei's party fallout. Noga, a newcomer, was the only breath of fresh air. She showed up, spoke the truth, and dragged Andre, deservedly. Can we make her a series regular? Andre is as toxic as ever. Even free from Elizabeth's exhausting family, he's still condescending and controlling. Elizabeth needs to stop enabling his behavior. If even brand new acquaintances can clock the toxicity, what are we doing here? Their big move to Moldova feels like a breaking point. Will being around his family change him? Doubtful. But maybe someone over there will call him out, since Elizabeth clearly won't. Speaking of men we're side-eyeing, Adnan is officially in the US, and I'm seriously worried for Tiger Lily. That flash forward after she gave birth? Chilling. Watching him berate her and toss threats around wasn't just unsettling, it was gross. Producer was standing right there at the airport when Adnan insisted on driving, in a foreign country, for the first time. Why didn't they step in? Why are we still letting these red flags fly? Honestly, I don't know how much more of their storyline I can stomach. It's exhausting watching this pattern go unchecked. The only storyline that halfway delivered was Jasmine realizing Gino had moved on, and broken the rules of their open marriage. I still think these two are puppeteering things behind the scenes for that TLC paycheck, but it is wild watching Gino chuck her out and replace her with someone who looks just like her. Natalie, the new woman, seems more grounded, but give it time. Gino's not the trophy he thinks he is, and if Jasmine couldn't handle him, Natalie might wise up soon, too. To her credit, Natalie shut him down hard. No interest in his half-baked open marriage rules, and rightfully so. Dropping that bomb on her in the moment was messy. Gino is almost always the problem. He absolutely had time to tell her beforehand, which makes it feel intentionally cruel. Jasmine has spoken about this kind of behavior for years, but somehow, he's very successful at making people think she's the problem. Thankfully, the pair reunite next week. The lack of screaming in the preview suggests it'll be tame, but I'm holding out hope for something interesting. Because right now? This season is limping, and I'm not sure how many more episodes I can sit through. Kara and Guillermo are still the only genuine couple this season because they've had a few years off screen, enough time to allow some things to happen. That said, their issues seem a bit too normal for the show nowadays. Could you imagine this level of grounded drama a few years ago? Fans would have eaten it up and asked for seconds. The other couples have empty shells for storylines, and they're not even worth talking about. The decision to feature 6 alums in a single storyline could and should have led to something good. But all we're really getting is Andre yelling and Yara throwing in some sound bites and confessionals. Alright, 90 Day Fiancé fanatics. Has the casting failed this season, or has the show just lost its way in filler land? What's your take on the lack of big characters? Do you think the franchise is showing its age, or do you think some ho-hum seasons are to be expected?